Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vondas Court Unfiltered. Um, I am on social media as well as um, the radio. Okay. Well, listen, let me say this to you. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It was great. It was wonderful. We had an opportunity to rest, and many of the what they did was play reruns. But I want to talk about two things today, and just giving my opinion as a lay individual. But I want to know, what are your thoughts as well? What is going on with these people in LA? Okay, like I am tripping on these individuals. Okay, it just seems like every time you turn around, it's saga after saga. Now, what are we talking about? The Balenciaga controversy. Well, for those of you who don't know it, hey, Ethel from Waco, Texas, you have a situation where there was an ad campaign that used BDSM, bondage, discipline, um, that kind of stuff, okay? Which are really adult forms of sexual bondage. And they had these on teddy bears. Um, and there were a number of inappropriate uses, and these are kids around. Well, TikTok has gone crazy. And basically, people are burning their Balenciaga items. These items range anywhere from $300 to $3,000. I mean, they're burning it. And there was a reference to a purse that underneath the purse was a case by the United States Supreme Court that basically dealt with and knocked some of the teeth out of child pornography. That was also in the picture. As a result, Balenciaga has lost millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. The outrage. But what is surprising, and the media is kind of silent, is that you do not see many of the media icons. Hey, Dana from Romania, I'm following your show. I missed you. Yeah, last week they had the reruns on. But you have a lot of people who are in that industry who are not speaking out against it. Nobody is saying this is outrageous. You're using children inappropriately. Twitter tried to get with Kim Kardashian. She indicated that she was going to reevaluate her relationship with Balenciaga. But what about all these other people? What about all of these black rappers? You know what I'm saying? Who running around with Balenciaga? Oh, I mean, and nobody said nothing. Zero. Many commentators said, well, they're paid not to say nothing. They ain't paying all of them. I mean, at some point in time, the outrage, if we allow things just to go on, they're going to keep going on. And recently, as early as today, the artistic director basically said, well, that was my fault. Well, guess what? That's like anything else, and y'all know what I'm talking about. If your employee does something that is inappropriate, you take the blame for that. You got to step up. Now, one thing I know, or at least I would believe based on listening to a lot of those photographers and stuff, they go through every picture. And you got some damn baby or little kid or little a stuffed animal with some bondage stuff on. That is clearly not appropriate. Like, what are we doing here? Well, as a result, they've lost millions of dollars behind that. And what is so interesting is that mainstream media, no, you're not hearing anything from uh, a lot of the rappers, a lot of the mainstream stars. Nobody is really condemning them for this use. It's like, if we don't say nothing, it'll go away. The parents of these children that were involved said that they were there the whole time and that they didn't find anything inappropriate. I'm like, what? And the thing about it is it's such an honor, obviously, to be able to model for them. But damn, at some point, you got to draw the line. And they got a little bit, well, what is this campaign about? Well, we're just being artistic. Let me say this to you. There is, in my mind, as a parent, very little artistic about children promoting BDSM. That is not artistic. And as a result, people around the world, okay, have been burning their stuff. They show people the stores, Balenciaga, I believe, since this controversy occurred back in Miami, it been closed. They didn't even open up. But they were showing places uh, in New York and different places, etc., empty as pie. Okay. But what is amazing to me is that, where's the outrage in that? I mean, first of all, I can't afford none of that stuff. Okay. Number one. Okay. Straight up. Okay. Um, you know, but my thing is that why would these stars see? That was the thing. I got Balenciaga, I'm from head to toe. And now, there is a proof, there's a campaign. Well, it was an ad campaign promoting by displaying this type of unacceptable behavior. And children are not protected enough. When we look at, different art forms, they have Art Basel that's going on now in Florida, but you don't put no damn baby in nothing. That I don't believe that's how you showcase your artistic beliefs. This went way too far. And it wasn't just this one campaign, okay? But the reference to the letter, the case that was overruling, we're taking a bite out of the child pornography. You had it on a desk with a purse on top of it in another ad campaign of Balenciaga and Adidas. One time, you could say, well, they got bias. But two, and what happens is subliminally, it can be perceived as pushing a message that basically says that it's okay to exploit children. And it's not. There is no way. And what's tripping me out, so I'm like, well, this is Thanksgiving. That's when it jumped off, right? I said, well, about Monday or Tuesday. It's Saturday. We haven't heard anything from Vogue. We haven't heard anything from other major fashion houses saying, like, this is unacceptable. There was an apology that was given. Balenciaga no longer has any advertising on Instagram. They shut their page down, as well as Twitter. But what is amazing to me is that these are our most prized possession, our babies. And to even suggest some inappropriateness, then what people do is say, well, they call copycats. Well, they out here doing that. Then before you know it, you got people uploading them ads. Next thing you know, you may got somebody trying to act out inappropriate. You got to be careful doing stuff like that, because what it does is it could potentially send a message to mainstream America, this is okay. And that's not the message that should be sent. The message that should be sent is protection of our children. And Candace Owens, she went in hard on Kim Kardashian. Kim made a statement, I'm going to reevaluate it. But to date, no one else has come out. Nobody else. It's amazing to me. Okay. And that was not, when you have an opportunity to print something and all of these big wigs, they got to sign off on it. Did somebody catch that? Like, hey, this is a little bit too much. This little, okay, BDSM. That's what I did with Bob Bashara. That's when you're beating people and you got chains, and it's a consensual sexual act between adults, not children, adults, where they dress up and they use force and discipline as part of their lifestyle, the acts that they engage in, the lifestyle. So I'm saying, why would you have this on a teddy bear? And what people don't understand, and artistic people especially, I will assume, is that people who have a proclivity to that like kids, baby, let me tell you something. That ad was right up their alley. Oh, okay. Well, Balenciaga's doing it. Many times I used to ask officers, they said, we don't want to put stuff on the news. I said, why? Because we don't want copycats, huh? Many times when you see people do one thing, you'll see other copycats. But listen, I'm about to go to a break, and I want to hear your comments, and then I want to get right into the Shaniqua Robinson. Baby, that case is a hot mess. We'll be back.
Most Super Station has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather Bank. You will just spot for 500.